Well, actually, I won't do that. Actually, it's a beautiful song. It's a bossa nova, but it's like the world's dirtiest bossa nova. But it's so beautiful. I really like to play it, you see. But since we have, people with sensitive ears and, these are not the most liberal of times and stuff like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hum the questionable words in this song, you see. And you can kind of fill in for yourself depending on, where you stand on these issues. Last night I took you home, and we began to, you were such a, and only 17, rubber shirts, leather skirts, and jars of Vaseline. Pick up the soap, mayonnaise and rope. Then from the chandelier, the three of us hospital for life. Whips and chains, Great Danes, your wife, what a dog. Okay, well, without further ado here, I would like to bring on this entourage waiting eagerly over here. They are appearing tonight. David and Nina Perry, Glen Johnson, and Renee Akerman.
Gary's going to tell more jokes while we're setting up. Don't flash it. I'll try.
Test 1 2 1 2 2 1 2.
Talk amongst yourselves and ignore all this.
Testing, testing.
Give me a little of your guitar in.
Tasting. This is a test. Only a test. That's a Mike Barrett song. For those of you who heard Mike Barrett.
Gary. Down on the guitar.
Yeah.
Right, making a move all over the place. Good. Heel. Ring a bell at all? I expected one up here.
Test, test.
I'll help.
Give me a test there.
Test, test, test. Welcome to the Underground Cafe. We don't open till next week, which would account for this confusion. That's the grand opening. This is the special preview for those of you who got the selected invitations. But very sneakily, the bottom said, cover charge $4. I got an invitation. Oh, great. I'm with the press, not the pay. But they were the press, too. That's the tricky part. Is everybody ready? The Miami Grand Prix is something to see. At $35 a seat, you can sit in the rain and with a look of disdain watch some strangers tear up your street. Formula One is a ton of fun if you like fumes and noise. Tomorrow it'll all be over, but today boys will be boys. Miami, my Miami, man, what am I doing here? The big race runs through my place, but they say I got nothing to fear. I left my home in Idaho to come down to this town. I like the city sights a lot, I just can't stand the sounds. Great white sharks and alligators look cute on cards and shirts, but the real things are the reigning kings of chewing you until it hurts. Big bad wolves and grizzlies are nothing to compare with 30-foot-long lizards and roaches as big as bear. Miami, my Miami, man, what am I doing here? Till you've been slugged by a palmetto bug, you don't know the meaning of fear. I sallied forth from the great white north to leave the wild behind, but the beasts here in this blue-green zoo are driving me out of me mind. I love New York, don't get me wrong, but I just couldn't stay. When 1 week's pay bought me a play on off Broadway. Between the cost of living, the congestion, and the cold, I had to reach Miami Beach before I got too old. Miami, my Miami, man, what am I doing here? I miss the Bronx, who needs these conks? The bagels can't compare. Manhattan, man, Manhattan, why did I toying you down? Now a play I saw 6 years ago is the one show in this town.
Oi. Hey.
Me and my wife had the good life, but summer would never last. In Canada, for half the year, you got snow up to your hands. One day she say, you know, honey, we got it pretty good, but what the heck, let's quit Quebec and move to Hollywood. So me, I think, fantastic, California, here I come. Swimming pool, movie star, cement pond, and Beverly Hills. I didn't even know there was a Hollywood in Florida there. South of Fort Lauderdale, on the northern outskirts of Miami, my Miami, and what am I doing here? There's terrible heat and crime in the street and that lousy American beer. It's not at all like Montreal. I miss to play hockey, and I wish that all them Spanish would learn to speak like me. Underwear, underwear. As they temporarily leave the stage, or at least the spotlight, let let me introduce, from Dayton, Ohio, Renee E. Akerman. From Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami, the abortion clinic, Glenn Adlib Johnson. All right. My lovely and talented wife, Nina L. Diamond Perry. But who's keeping back? And yours truly, oh, she's from Lafayette Hill in Pennsylvania. And I'm from a booming metropolis of 200 people, nestled in the foothills of the Laurentian Mountains on beautiful Lake Grenville, Kilmar, Quebec. Swells to a population of 200 at the height of the tourist season. This is about as many people as ever been in Kilmar, Quebec. Nina and I, by day, work in the print media. And this is a song which kind of addresses what it's like to eke out an existence in the world of publishing. It was written while I was in Toronto, working for the Toronto Star newspaper, but you'll find universal themes everywhere. That first song was called My Miami. That's about all the immigrants that you don't read about in the papers. Deadlines, deadlines, headaches and headlines. The roar of the presses, the smell of the ink.
I need my typewriter to hear myself think.
It isn't easy being read. The electronic media's one step ahead. Foreign national, city desk, car crash, and no. There's business and travel, though not every day.
And columns by people with nothing to say.
There's births and there's deaths and there's classified. Companion wanted, my pet hamster died. Entertainment.
Wonder where your brain went.
Sports, that means football and horse racing tips. Dear God, bring us baseball, I'd love those road trips.
Living today, food, fashion, and fluff.
Dear Anne, I'm a man and I read this stuff. Photographers, zany, grainy laughter.
The old police radio glued to one ear.
Nose for news stuck in a bottle of beer.
These are the best pictures that I've ever seen.
I shot them right off of the old TV screen. Bylines, bylines, heartaches and hard times. Praise labor on the editorial page.
But give our employees the minimum wage.
What's black and white and so deep in the red? This may be the last time we put it to bed. Breadlines, breadlines, now we're in the headlines. The presses have stilled and the ink has all dried.
Another newspaper has just up and died.
It wasn't easy being read. Next time we'll try TV instead.
We are underpaid for a really put in a good word. You're underpaid too, so it won't help, right?
We have a few people here from our place of employment. Seeing as I've been plastering this on every door in the office for the last 3 months. Now I'd like to get serious. It's a relative term. Met her in a bar in Hollywood. I was quite impressed. Beaded hair, skimpy shirt, and clinging jeans. She was well undressed. We got so high, we got so high. Then I slightly tugged it down. Mrs. Bo-Derek, Mrs. Bo-Derek, Mrs. Bo-Derek's pants. She seemed to be about 5'3", but a perfect 10. From her head to feet, she was cuddling some British dude named Dudley. He too was short and sweet. Their movie made folks laugh. They made a mint. The whole world wanted in to Mrs. Bo-Derek, Mrs. Bo-Derek, Mrs. Bo-Derek's pants. Now her picture shows her big zeros, but she's still great. Until she speaks, she gets it on with hubby John and everyone. From 8 men to sheiks, there's so much sex, she's rated X. And I hear no one can find. Everybody on this chorus, you know what it is. Mrs. Bo-Derek, Mrs. Bo-Derek, Mrs. Bo-Derek's pants. Thank you.
Well, now that we're all in a tender, loving, romantic mood, we have a tale. We have a tale of a boy and a girl and unrequited lust.
You're the most important person in the world, and I love you more than any other. Girl, I'd give all the tea in China to be back in your arms again. How can you say that we are just friends? You're ginormously adorable. How can I say morable? La creme de la proverbial creme. You're absolutely everything even my highest hopes could dream. My heart is your pedestal.
You're a fairly major poison in my life. And having you around is sorta nice. I might even sleep with you once or twice if there's nothing else to do. And the buses have stopped for the night. You're wishy-washy, wonderful, mediocre, marvelous, irregular, nice guy. You're downright dependable, but really quite expendable. Your face is my doormat.
Some kind of cosmic forces are at work. I'm a tiny moon in orbit around you, Mother Earth. Our sex life is galactic, even with the prophylactic. The original Big Bang. You're ginormously adorable. How can I say morable? A creme de la proverbial creme. You're absolutely everything, even my highest hopes could dream. My heart is my doormat.
You're all right, I guess. If you just quit slobbering on my new dress. I like you like a brother, but I'm marrying another, your invitation's in the mail. You wishy-washy, wonderful, mediocre, marvelous, a regular, nice guy. You're downright dependable, but really quite expendable. Your face is kind of cute, you know? He's okay.
Kind of gets you right here.
We were going to sing that at our wedding,
Like too
really.
many of those people.
We were. My mother said, let's surprise everybody and you all come out and sing Wishy Washy Wonderful. And we came this close to singing it at our wedding.
I would never have permitted it.
I know. Never, never.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to join you, the audience, as we listen in on a couple of white chicks sitting around talking.
Thank you. Got a date with some schlemiel named Bernie. Got set up by Aunt Louise. Got a date with some schlemiel named Bernie. You just gotta help me, please. What's he like? What's his occupation? Lives at home, sells vending machines. Sexual orientation. Hasn't dated since his teens. Heavens! When's he coming by? And 7. Well, how tall is this guy? 4'11". Do you need a lie? A good excuse to cut you loose? Got a date with some schlemiel named Bernie. I know you'd rather be alone. Got a date with some schlemiel named Bernie. Turn off the light, pull out the phone. Convent. Tell him you just joined the convent. I could say I'm into torment. Leather whips and chains, and mess and dam, and stolen gems item. Could be worse. He could be worse. He could be an attorney. I suppose you could be right. Let me know what you think of Bernie if I make it through the night.
The next day.
Had a date with this schlemiel named Bernie. Yeah, I know, ain't life a bitch? He's not bad. I thought you said he's wormy. Could be worse, at least he's rich. Money! His old man's got lots of money. So Bernie looks a little funny. I don't need a prince. Security's enough for me. You're gonna marry this schlemiel named Bernie. Yeah, I am. What's wrong with that? Well, don't you think that it's a little early? Hell, I gotta feed my cat. Payments! I gotta make my blueies payments. I've had enough of pounding pavements. I finally got a guy who's right for me. Gives jewelry. Help me find a nice schlemiel like Bernie. I gotta pay my student loan. We're gonna end our single rental journey in our brand new luxury home. Well, so they decided to plan a wedding, which, as I remember, back around the time of your first marriage, was it, I think, sweetheart?
Yeah, I think it was the first.
Well, the marriage wasn't any good, but the song
The one where your brother didn't lose the video. Maybe wondering why this is being videoed tonight.
Right.
This is the makeup for the fact that somebody left the video in the car overnight.
And it got stolen.
So there's no evidence we ever got married. So that's not true. There's lots of still photos.
That's right.
Still photos are...
Still photos after all these years.
And the rock was shelled out for, don't forget that.
True.
So anyway, the first marriage didn't take, but the song did.
You gotta salvage something from every experience in life. You can't profit from your misfortunes. What's the point?
I know, we are.
Stand close. Might get another microphone, okay?
Now that you've decided to tie the knot, you're probably still wondering what is what when it gets down to the nitty-gritty details. Well, that's where we at Wedorama come in. Now you graduated from living in sin. So what if 1 out of every 3 marriages fails? Well, we don't encourage a spending spree, but if you sign up today, you get the wedding gown free. Here at Wedorama, matrimonial planner, one-stop shopping for all your nuptial needs. How many carats would you like in your ring? How many songs you want the choir to sing? How many baths would you like in your honeymoon suite? Do you want real flowers, plastic or silk, imported wine, 2% milk? How much cake you think 100 people can eat? Well, no matter how many, you've got to feed, whatever your race, religion, or creed. Come to Wedorama, matrimonial planner, one-stop shopping for all your nuptial needs. We'll teach you how to make Kleenex carnations, print your pictures and your invitations, plus matchbooks and napkins if you both got popular names. We'll dress a maid of honor and all the bridesmaids. Her tuxes come in 14 rainbow shades. The best man in the show will rent you one for the day. Or a bride or a groom, as the case may be. It's cheaper than the cancellation fee. Here at Wedorama, matrimonial planner, one-stop shopping for all your nuptial needs. What's that name again? That's Wedorama, matrimonial planner, one-stop shopping for all your nuptial needs.
And you are all guinea pigs, because we've never performed this in front of real people before. Not even Pandemonium.
We're not real people.
Just as they have places for you to go plan your wedding, they have places for you to go plan your divorce, and it's called the court system. So, that's what we're going to do for you right now. It's called... Should we tell them? Should we let them get?
Well, why don't we let the judge announce this?
Okay, we'll let the judge do it.
Your Honor?
Oyez, oyez. The divorce of Figaro is now in session. In this corner, weighing in at 98 pounds soaking wet, and wearing the pink pantyhose, is Carmen Figaro, the petitioner wife. Children. In this corner, weighing in at roughly 145 pounds, with with the scraggly mustache and wearing the blue boxer shorts is Joe Figaro, the respondent's husband. In your respective corners, please. And remember, no hitting below the belt. And you are both under oath.
We met while we were still in high school.
You took me to the senior prom.
I proposed when you got pregnant.
I was a blushing bride and mom.
Too soon. We got married too soon. Without a cent to our names.
We had to live in my room.
You got a job in dental hygiene.
You finally learned to spell.
Well, you did put me through college.
And you put me through hell.
True blue. We vowed to be true blue. I slept with you every week.
And most of our neighbors, too.
Your Honor, may I address the court on this matter?
Yes, sure, proceed.
Let me explain. Once in a while, if he really gets bored, a man plays around.
Uh-huh. Right.
But he still loves his wife, though she's somewhat ignored, so he stays around.
Yeah, right. And if there's some blonde of whom he's really fond, you mean to say that doesn't count?
Well, if nobody squeals, it ain't such a big deal, so I played around.
I see. Well, that's very interesting, Mr. Figaro.
Thank you.
Does the petitioner wife have any response? Screw you! You left me standing alone without a thing in my name, even the house that I own. I hope that you are very happy with your secretary. The kids and I are fine. But I want what's rightfully mine. I'll sue you. I don't mean to sound crass, but to get what is mine, I'll sue the pants off your...
Your Honor.
And now, the attorney for the respondent husband will read the property settlement. Mr. David Perry Mason.
I'm blocking the camera.
No.
Good.
She wants the house and you would like the car. As for the kids, they stay where they are. Sundays and summers they can visit you. If your wife will agree, sign on the dotted line and pay my fee, then you will both be free. Again. She gets the dog and you can have the cat. As for the boat, I'll take that. Sundays and summers you can come with me for a ride on the sea. You can't afford my fee, but you'll be free. Just give your stuff to me. I got it. I'll take the house and I will take the car. They told me I could when I passed the bar. Sundays and summers you can visit me where your home used to be. Signed on the dotted line, hand me the key, then file for bankruptcy.
That was inspired. I waited so long for that divorce, you know? Men. Really.
Thanks. Oh, the times that I've seen and the women I've been with haven't taught me shit about love. But there is much to glean from my favorite magazine when it comes to all that stuff. Sure, life has its lessons, but they're messy and depressing, so I mostly try to ignore them. But for good, clean, dirty fun and a sex education, I read the letters to the Penthouse Forum. Dear Penthouse, I've got the hots for my kissing cousin. When we get together, the birds and bees start buzzing. I think maybe it's incestuous, but him, he says he doesn't. Signed, Hickey's on my redneck. Dear Penthouse, I am sex-starved. My husband is a flake. So when it comes to making it, my baker takes the cake. And when I lick the chocolate off, you should see the beater shake. Signed, Julia Child. Dear Penthouse, I am a member of the Mile High Club. Plus 20,000 leagues below on board the Navy sub. But here on terra firma, I can't seem to get it up. Signed, Scotty, beam me up. Dear Penthouse, I admit it, my money is for hire. But there is one thing I must do before that I retire. I want to spend the weekend with the Vienna Boys Choir. Signed, Dr. Ruth. Oh, the times that I've seen and the women I've been with haven't taught me shit about love. But there is much to glean from my favorite magazine when it comes to all that stuff. Sure, life has its lessons, but they're messy and depressing, so I mostly try to ignore them. But for good, clean, dirty fun and a sex education, I read the letters to the Penthouse Forum. That's the letters to the Penthouse Forum. Harry, eh? I'm so glad we had this time.
Don't mind us, we're just having fun. Can I tell you a secret? We're afraid we're going
that she's going to forget the words to the next song.
We're okay as long as each one of us remembers a couple of verses. Then we'll have somebody to follow.
I don't know. She's going to... Hey, you're her mother. You know she's got a big mouth.
Shut up and talk.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So we've talked a lot about love and sex and marriage. Why do fools fall in love?
Why do birds sing so gay?
How high is up?
Get on this. Why can't I get on this freaking stool?
Okay. Let's give her a round of applause. That was We're being very informal here. Aren't we?
Just don't be short with her.
Just wait, Gary. Just you wait. Why do birds fly into walls? What's so great about Cabbage Patch dolls? Why do I sing so high? Just what did Father know best? Which for dentists recommend breast? Why is it called a fly? When we stand up, where do laps go? Whatever happened to so-and-so? Do big boys ever cry? Why do I sing so high? Tell me why. Tell me why. Why do I sing so high? Exactly when does food go bad? Is rock and roll a passing fad? Should you rent or should you buy? Why do I sing so high? Tell me why. Tell me why. Why do I sing so high? What's the point of nipples on men? Has Barbie ever slept with Ken or chose that little G.I.? Must I wait 6 to 8 weeks? When does junk become antiques? Should I bake or should I fry? Why does sneezing feel so good? Where's Mr. Rogers' neighborhood? Just who is that guy? Why do I sing so high? Tell me why. Tell me why. Why do I sing so high? How long can you hold your breath? Is there sex life after death? Where do I apply? Do oldies ever really die? Tell me why. Tell me why. Why do I sing so high? Why do I sing so high?
We'll have some oxygen now and we'll do another song. Now you understand why I was so worried you forget the words. I thought if you knew that ahead of time, you'd kind of like be easy on us. Okay, what do we have next, guys?
I really enjoyed the temptation.
It's not bad, huh?
Temptation to leave was so great. Incredible. I admire you.
And it's your show.
You know, if it wasn't upstairs to the washroom, these people would be out of here in a flash. You know, the folk tradition is rich in so-called work songs. You know, songs about railroad guys and miners, that kind of thing. Not a lot of modern-day work songs, unless you count 9 to 5 or something like that. You know, a lot of modern-day professions go unheralded. Like graphic designer. When's the last time you heard a graphic designer song? A song called Laid Out Blues, which I won't do tonight. This was another song I wrote while in Toronto. I worked for the Toronto Star. I went out in the town with the restaurant reviewer for the Toronto Star. And someday I'd like to play this for Peter Clayton, who's the restaurant reviewer at Miami South Florida magazine, where I work. It's kind of a story of a modern-day marshal of good taste. There's a bad pun in here Nina won't let me use. Wyatt Burke.
See, nobody laughed. So, okay.
I'll pay you later. As I eat my way through the streets of the city, restaurants tremble when I come to sup. I am a food critic, professional cynic. I make a living by chewing things up.
He makes a living by chewing things up.
Guess who's coming to dinner? Licensed to skewer. Have gums will travel. Restaurant reviewer. The decor was a bore. The salad was pallid. The pate was fatty. The soup was too thin. Noodles Alfredo was past his prime. The house wine and waiter, they both smelled like gin.
The house wine and waiter, they both smelled like gin.
Guess who's coming to dinner? Taste buds on tour. Have gums will travel. Restaurant reviewer. If going out to eat meant the red carpet treatment, right up to death's door, I'd never be sad. But soon I'll have gout, all my teeth will fall out. Old food critics never die, they just go bad.
Old food critics never die, they just go bad.
Like this microphone. Guess who's coming to dinner? Washed up for sure. Have gums will travel. Rest home reviewer. Thank you very much. Isn't the food here fabulous? They only serve food for thought here at the Underground Cafe. This is another song about a great man of food. So, someone you've probably not thought a lot about lately. It's inspired by a Woody Allen short story, actually, which he speculated on how exactly did the Earl of Sandwich invent the sandwich. You know, he's credited with he started the sandwich. And he pictured him, you know, like laboring away with like blueprints and everything. So I figured, let's sing about this character. And at least 3 or 4 people will hear him. The inventive Earl of Sandwich, though he's 2 centuries dead, we're in his debt for what we've ate, the greatest thing since sliced bread. Sing peanut butter and jaleo, sing smoked meat on rye, sing ham and cheese and BLTs, and Dagwood's piled sky high, oh, and Dagwood's piled sky high. As a lad he worked in his lab, by the cruel world ignored, and with each wrong track went bravely back to the old carving board. He spent his clothing allowance to finance his fruitless quest, worked in the nude, went without food to afford food for each test, to afford food for each test. Now the Earl's clever concoction didn't spring forth fully formed. Along the way he went astray as he patiently brainstormed. A slice of bread, then above that another slice of white toast, and sitting on top an old pork chop. But somehow it didn't seem right, oh, somehow it didn't seem right. Eureka, he'd invented it, and sandwich was the toast of the town. But then he worked in vain to ascertain why buttered bread falls face down. Oh, why buttered bread falls face down.
Better not be.
Okay. This is a song dedicated. It's also a song about food. Actually, it's a song about what happens when you eat too much of the wrong kind of food. And it's dedicated to Jerry Summers. He's here tonight. Jerry, would you stand?
He's hiding.
Fillings, nothing more than fillings. Doctor, I'll ignore your bad breath if we could have a little chat. Drilling can be very jawbone chilling. The Geneva Convention must have outlawed stuff like that. Billing, you dentists make a killing. But let's not get too literal. I don't care about your fee. Willing, it's not that I'm not willing. Just give me a little something, Doc, before you stick those drills in me. Freezing, surely you must be teasing. Seems to me that foot-long needle last time really hurt. Feeling, my face lost all its feeling, and I dribbled half my lunch all over my new shirt. But gas me, you don't even have to ask me. Just hook up the old nitrous. It's always been a hit. Giggling, I finally stopped my wiggling. Now you could amputate my tongue, and I wouldn't give a shit.
That's Gary's pop. I know anyway.
Soul of B, man.
Good Perry, eh? Cut that out. Well, so far we've talked about sex, love, lust, marriage, divorce, food, teeth.
What are we
missing?
Elizabeth Taylor.
No, that's later. First though, what we're missing is...
That's kind of in the love and sex.
That's love and sex. Yeah. We're missing religion and politics.
Schlep left.
The dynamic duo.
Left. That's a very interesting camera. The schlep left.
The guy who makes a lot of video.
I'm schlepping left now. We ready?
Ready?
So now, come a caroling.
Try to look angelic.
Okay, yeah, try it. Come a caroling now, with the moral majority singers.
I gotta get taller friends. This is ridiculous. Yeah.
Textbooks roasting on an open fire. Black folks pressing my new clothes. Apartheid hymns being sung by a choir. And folks dressed up in hooded robes. Everybody knows another MX missile base helps to keep the country right. Anti-nukes with their skin all aglow won't be hard to spot at night. You know the tax man's on his way, but we've got all our holy treasures stashed away. And every bleeding heart is gonna cry when we make even shoplifters fry. And so I'm offering this sacrifice. Let's burn the devil's records too. Although you've been saved many times, many ways, Jerry Fallout wants you. I'm scheming with some white Christians, just like the ones that watch my show. The flock listens, their silver glistens, another audience is snowed. I'm scheming with some white Christians, with every big fat check they write. They may not be very bright, but all our worshippers are white. The first Falwell, the Anglos did pay to be moral like oral and show them the way. Falwell, they're under your spell, but me, I've got tickets to Israel.
I hope there aren't any Republicans out here. Any Republicans? I love it. Oh, if there are, I'm going to tell you now. If there are, we're really not that sorry.
Well, if we didn't lose them on that song, they'll clear it on this song.
That's right. I can't schlepp left or I'll be speared by a guitar.
Tell me to schlep left.
Can you, are we okay like this?
You're fine, you're fine.
Thank you.
Anybody from the YDs make it here tonight? We were announced at last night's meeting. Their thunderous applause for our social claim. Of course, Marilyn Monroe on the big screen is a Gusman tonight. You realize we're going to see Some Like It Hot tonight.
Or we competed with.
Or Tango Argentino.
You fools decided to come here.
Instead of Schleppo Miami Beacho. Okay, this song deserves no introduction. Dutch the Magic Reagan lives in D.C. and frolics in a big White House between naps and TV. His hair might live forever, but not his memory. And when the truth escapes him, he just hands out homilies. Young Ronnie had played soldiers and celluloid cowboys, but Stetsons and cap guns made way for bigger toys. So now he juggles missiles, cruising to far shores. And one day, if he gets his way, he'll even play Star Wars. Oh, Dutch the Magic Reagan lived by the sea, and in the California sun made movies they called B. All his fellow bonzos loved that rascal Ron. Elected him the president. Will this role be a bomb?
Another Reagan.
That I don't even play for Democrats.
It is.
I may have my green card, but I'm not silly. They know where my wife works and I work and where my unborn children go to school. The CIA is everywhere. They'll end up trading me for Danilov if I don't watch it.
Gary, we want you to come sing this with us.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Where would you like me to sing from?
Diaphragm.
No.
Well, Bradley does
This is
some.
why I work with this guy.
You know, we used to play on a smaller stage. How did he manage that?
Mr. Video says we need to get closer.
Yeah. Just don't lose the tape this time, okay?
Okay. We'll just put our arms around each other.
If I lose my voice, you'll find it in your right ear.
I already lost mine once.
We had a request for Elizabeth Taylor, and of course,
She is here.
she's here.
She's here.
I guess Truth in Advertising, right? It was on those little flyers, so we have to sing it. Slowly. Their romance made pulses quicken, then Dick Burton's heart stopped ticking, and Liz Taylor was grief-stricken, so now she is in mourning. What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor? What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor? What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor now that she's in mourning? Dress her up like Cleopatra, one size fits all, it doesn't matter. I don't think she'll get much fatter, although she is in mourning. What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor? What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor? What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor now that she's in mourning? Too much talent to ever shelve it, out to pasture with national velvet, put on the feed bag just for the hell of it, although she is in mourning. What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor? What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor? What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor now that she's in mourning? She still makes our pulses quicken, even though she's no spring chicken. At least she is alive and kicking, although she is in mourning. What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor? What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor? What shall we do with Elizabeth Taylor now that she's in mourning? But what's this? She's kicked the liquor, getting thin instead of thick.
I think I hear Dick Burton's step. She's coming out of mourning. Way, hey, up Dick rises. Way, hey, up Dick rises. Way, hey, up Dick rises. Liz is out of mourning.
Oh, that was Nina and David Perry. Do you have another song? You have one more song? Jumping the gun. Well, I enjoyed that. Thanks a lot.
Well, ask me
Next
back.
time I might even know the key. Thank you.
Well, ask me back.
We were, each one of us had a completely different key of all of our very own. Hi. We're going to do our favorite song now.
All right.
And if this applies to you, you know who you are, keep it to yourself.
Our last song, I don't want to leave after much, but... I love to go a-motoring west on Kendall Drive. And as I go by each condo, I'm glad to be alive. Kendall Town, Kendall Lakes, Kendall Square, Kendall Acres, Kendall this, Kendall that. My mortgage on my back. At 12%, 10,000 down, I bought a room or two. And when they build another mall, we'll have the perfect view. Nifty shops, grocery stores, restaurants, and much more office parks. Movies too, and for culture, there's the zoo. I'm 35, a CPA, I jog and drink white wine. My wife, she's got a part-time job, but the bucks she spends are mine. Diners Club, MasterCard, Amex Gold, Visa, we're in debt, you bet, buying all that we can get. We've got 2 kids in private school,
Jessica and Josh.
we see the folks on Saturdays when I'm not playing squash.
So what's new?
How are you?
You didn't call.
I was at the
What'd you buy?
just a tie. Now please get off my back. Once a year, we don't care where, we always take a cruise. A duty-free shopping spree for jewelry and booze. We make love Tuesday night. Bar the door, shut the light. It gets hot in the sack. Our jammies on our backs. Our furniture's from modern age, just like Mom and Dad. Our VCR we bought wholesale, the quality's not bad. All our friends think like us. Metro Rail is just us. Our cars we bought new. Mine's a BMW.
Okay, everybody.
Gary, get up here.
Come on, Gary, Glenn, Renee, everybody.
I love to go a-motoring west on Kendall Drive. And as I go by each condo, I'm glad to be alive. Kendall Town, Kendall Town, Kendall Lakes, Kendall Lakes, Kendall Square, Kendall Square, Kendall Acres, Kendall this, Kendall that. My
It's back there. Well, thank you very much for coming out to the Underground Cafe and the Folk Club of South Florida and all that good stuff. I'd like to remind you once again, next Friday night, grand opening here, free food and bar for all attending. And the entertainment will be Mike Barra and Jabberwocky. And Saturday, members are admitted free, yes, okay. Next Saturday, D.L. Menard and the Louisiana Aces, Cajun music, be here. Good night.